Hey guys, and welcome back. I am the Seven Swords, and we are back in Skyrim on Solstheim. Um, we are currently in the Raven Rock Mines. We met an old man named Cratius, I think, who wants us to find his grandfather's remains. We were traveling through the mines, but now we have seemed to have entered an old barrow. Looks like we got a Draga. That's definitely something to be considered. Now, Cratius is under the impression that we will find something down here. Um, and that is the journal of his grandfather, which should have some information for us on um, what happened all those years ago, that will reveal some information about the Empire Trading Company. Sarah's interest is, well, helping him, for one, helping out Gracious, but for two, she's also wanting to find this information. For if she can find it, she might be able to use it on the Empire Trading Company. Which is a powerful entity that she could possibly utilize the information to either get money from them, get resources from them, or possibly get a contact with them. Which would be useful to her in a myriad of ways. We also got an ancient Nordic pickaxe from Gratius, which belongs to the local blacksmith. She will plan on taking it back to the blacksmith, although she might attempt to purchase it from the blacksmith once she gets it back to him. Because the guy said that Gratius did say it's not for selling, it's for mining. Um, but the other thing is now that we have it, this is a storeroom deposit. And now that we have the ancient Nordic pickaxe, we can actually use it to mine up the storeroom. Now, the guy said it was enchanted ice, or something more. Sarah's experienced some of the weapons, but she's not really messed too much with Stalrim up until this point. So she's definitely going to be taking an interest in it, and definitely going to be mining up this first one, which we find out is encasing a Draga with a single gold coin on him. I'm wondering if that's like kind of like the homage to the old put two coins on the eyes of the dead for the ferryman's payment. I don't know. It is definitely something to be considered. Moving on, though. Appears that somebody was trying to set up a booby trap. Didn't really work. I'm going to switch to just Elemental Fury. My reasoning being that I remember one of these guys having the disarm shout, and I'd rather not drop keening. I'm also not going to be worried too much about pickpocket, about looting these guys. They don't really have anything of interest, and I don't feel like going through the menu to pick up their what basically is useless junk. I will keep checking on things like chests and stuff, just because those are more likely to have things of use in them. The gear is probably just going to end up being the stuff that the Draga have is most likely just going to end up being more ebony crap, which, while ebony is one of the better weapons in the game, it is not super useful to us at this point. At least not in weapon form. We'll still be trying to get ebony ingots and stuff like that. This is interesting. Ice spike. Interesting. love that. Gotta love that they're trying. I was gonna end up calling it with that last episode, but I did want to push a little bit farther, at least through some of this quest line. Hopefully we finish at least this part of it before too long, which we did find our way to this point. Go ahead and jump down. Looks like a skeleton over here. Apparently a handful of skeletons. Oh, and a Draga. Alright, let's see. Potion of stamina. A satchel, which has gold and a lockpick in it. And Gracious Corellian, which is the guy we were looking for. Go ahead and pick up his journal. Which is Gracious's journal. I did notice we have all of these pages still. I think is interesting. I'm not going to read through these, but basically we find a bit about what's going on down here and the fact that he's injured and he's trying to muster up the ability to use the blade, which he may not have had it, but Sarah has a bit of practice with a two-handed weapon. She was using a magical two-handed sword for a while. But now we can go ahead and do that. And that. And that. And that. And that. Remember these being diagonal. I'm kind of glad they're not, because I don't know if there's a way to control if it swings diagonally. And finally, that. Which opens the door for us. Go ahead and go back to using Elemental Blast. We'll try to make it through these without getting injured. I'm not super worried if I do. A couple of those I just said screw it on. Aha. Well, well, well. Uh-oh. That's interesting. Haven't seen one of those before. Well, well, well. A Dragon Priest Mask? Not one of the ones we're looking for, but a Dragon Priest Mask nonetheless. And what do we have here? Strength. The first word of Dragon Aspect. One of my favorite shouts, actually. Now, that's interesting. We have the first of the words. That will be useful. But that doesn't seem to, that just seems to be it. Or is it? This is interesting. The Black Book. Elixir of Strength, Great Sword, Gold. Soul Gem, Soul Gem. Well, what's this? Very ancient looking book. Take a look. Oh. Well, where are we now?
I know you, champion. The Agma in fame was only the beginning. This is Apocrypha, where all knowledge is hoarded. Sate your thirst for knowledge in the endless stacks of my library. If you tire of the search, read your book again to return to your mortal life. For a time, the lure of Apocrypha will call you back. It is your fate.
So, as Hermaeus Mora just gave us the information of, we have now entered the realm of Apocrypha. Now, he did mention that we could read the book and leave. There are other ways to leave. One of the easiest ways to leave Apocrypha is to read the book. The other way is to die. If Sarah dies while traveling through Apocrypha. If Sarah dies while traveling through the realm of Apocrypha, it will mean that she will be ejected from Apocrypha back into the world, instead of her dying and going through another situation of being reincarnated, or resurrected, or having time rewound, or whatever happens when she dies. But she does find herself intrigued, which obviously she would. This is Apocrypha. Unlike many other situations in the realms, this actually fits her character very well. She is going to be obsessed with knowledge here. And Hermaeus Mora is right. She'll probably get called here quite a few times. This is another reason why I wanted her to come here. Because it only makes sense that she's going to be obsessed with knowledge and seeking it out in all of its forms, no matter how much danger that puts her in. Now, we'll notice these Seekers. They are the minions of Hermaeus Mora. There is a second minion of Hermaeus Mora that is in this world. That is another bad guy we will run into eventually. Never mind. Right now. This is a lurker. They're a bit stronger than the Seekers, as we can see. But they're still not strong enough to fight against us. I know we'll eventually learn how to summon the Seekers. I don't know if we learn how to summon the lurkers. But we will continue to search, and anything that we find of use, whether it be soul gems, books, scrolls, whatever, Sarah will be grabbing them to take with her. I do imagine that Sarah will come here to study after we've completed this, which I think we've actually already found our way to the end. There was effects of the Elder Scrolls. That might be another interesting one for her to take a look at. But Black Book, The Winds of Change. We go ahead and open this up, and we are given 3 choices. We are given Scholar's Insight, Champion's Insight, or Lover's Insight. This one, Scholar's Insight, reading skill books gives you an extra skill point. You may only accept one ability at a time. Champion's Insight, your attacks, shouts, and destruction spells do no damage to your followers. You may only accept one ability at a time. That's actually extremely tempting. Do 10% more damage to get 10% better prices of people of opposite gender. So we have 3 options, whether it be better with books, better with fighting, or better with this. Now, it says that we can only choose one, and that is true. We can only choose one, but we can always come back and change it if we need to. I'm going to go with... Is this followers or is this allies? It's followers. We don't really use followers all that often. Damage to the opposite sex. And now, we can now approach the book. Go ahead and read from this book again, which now allows us to return back to the mortal world. And we still have the book on us. We can now travel to Apocrypha whenever we wish to study there, but we don't benefit too much because it's only one book. I will not speak further on that until we find another one, except for that. There's Keening.
Bad time to get lost.
I was about to say, is there not another person here? I heard 2 voices. I know I heard at least 2. I'll take all that. Nordic armor is pretty cool, even if I don't plan on using it. The treasure of Hakon Deathbrand. Interesting. Knew Deathbrand was a thing. I didn't remember it being the starter request.
I'm gonna bleed you.
Alright, let's see if we can find our way back to Raven Rock. Huh. Did you now? Goodbye. Huh, interesting. Brawl the Note. Look, Byron, I'm not arguing that these towers are falling to pieces, but I think you are exaggerating about the planks falling. I wonder if he fell. That seems like what they were going for there. I don't feel like that would have been how he would have written it. I think it would have been more of like either it being ripped or the quill being more diagonal, but let's see. See if we can find our way down. This will be the last episode I do today. That's the Blood Skull Barrel, which we already did. We actually just got out of there. Can't always find your way here. I don't think you can go very far because obviously we wouldn't be able to get through the Blade's test without the blade and from the opposite end. Oh. Huh. That doesn't look normal. Kind of like Apocrypha. A little bit of a teaser at what's going on here. We'll find out a little bit more about it later. But for now, Sarah just wants to get back and inform Guy what she found. She's not going to be giving up the... What the heck are you? A Nyx Hound. Interesting. Nyx Hound meat. Interesting. I don't remember these things being a thing. Maybe they were added in by something.
Never should have come here. Cut you open.
That was weird. Especially since I was not expecting to run into a bunch of you guys out here. Huh. Merchant boots, merchant clothes, merchant hat. Paper, pickaxe. Oh, here we go. Ah, interesting. Looks like we have a level up available. Let's go ahead and get that taken care of. We're gonna go with stamina again. And I was hoping I could do pickpocket, but looks like it's not. Looks like we haven't gained any points in that yet. Maybe archery? Yeah, we'll take archery. Been using the bow of shadows a little bit more, so.
By night we reclaim.
Nope, ain't going near that again. I think Sarah does understand what's going on, that there's some kind of magic around it, and I think she can resist it, but I think that it's one of those, like, she doesn't like it because of how it affected her. Even though she's got high resistance to magicka, not just because of her equipment, but also because of the fact that she would probably have high resistance to magicka due to Aetherius magic. Now, I'd like to point out the fact that he doesn't want to leave Raven Rock for the house that's been in his family for 200 years and several generations, and this is the house he's talking about. I don't know about him, but I'd have left. Memories are nice, but they are not that necessary. Really? You know what? We're going to go sleep. Because I think, if I remember correctly, if we go sleep, there's a possibility of something happening. Is this a pub? Yes. I say, is this a pub? Yes.
Warm drinks and warm beds.
I'm interested in your
Welcome
bed.
to the Retching Netch Corner Club, home of the finest Sue Jammer that will ever grace your lips.
A room,
Sure
please.
thing. It's yours for a day.
Any rumors?
The Veteran Guard have spotted a pack of werewolves in the mountains. Hunters up on Frost Moon Crag want no more.
Interesting.
If you've
Anything
got
else?
gold on your hands, you might talk to Rallis of the Coal Beyond Barrow. I've heard he wants to excavate the place.
Interesting.
With the
Anything
mine
else?
shut down, there's no telling how much longer Raven Rock's going to last. Hopefully, Councillor Morvain has a plan.
It's nothing.
Interesting.
Heard that Reekling's got a hold of Thirsk Mead Hall. Forced the Nords who live there to move to a camp
Perhaps that's
nearby.
reassuring enough for you, but it's something that still
Interesting.
keeps me awake at
Anything
night.
else?
The Ashspawn attacks on the bulwark are getting worse. Captain Veleth is trying his best, but I think the Veteran Guard are overwhelmed.
That doesn't sound good.
Words reached us that the dragons have returned. I wonder if we'll see them at Solstein.
Possible. Anything else?
Haven't heard anything lately. Check back with me. You never know.
Huh. Okay then.
I'll show you to
You
your
must be
room.
using quite
Right
a bit
this
of
way.
your raw materials repairing their weapons and armor. I'm sorry we can't compensate you.
Not to worry, Adro. I'll recover my losses in due time.
There's the blacksmith. We might go talk to him once we figure out which one is our room. There's our room. Go talk to him real quick.
Your visit here will be tolerated
I
as long
am
as you
his-
abide by our law.
The Master
Otherwise,
calls.
you'll answer to
Oh.
the Veteran Guard.
He got pulled into it by the magics. She can tell the magic is basically everywhere, so now she's gonna test something. We're gonna go ahead and sleep. We'll sleep for 8 hours. That'll put us far enough that we should wake up early enough in the morning to get some work done, but yep. Much like I thought.
Far from ourselves.
She wakes up and she's back here.
Our eyes once were
Which-
blinded.
Probably creeps her out, but
Now
she can tell that the magic is not nearly finished, and what they're doing will improve it, but she also could tell that the progress is slow. Let's go see if the blacksmith is free. Yes, he is.
Don't like those eyes you got.
Hello,
Find
blacksmith.
my pickaxe yet?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So, you finally tracked down old Crucius, eh? Quite a character, isn't he?
Pretty neat
Tell
guy.
you what, since you went through all the trouble of finding it for me and all, you keep it.
Really? After all that, you're just gonna give it to me?
I just wanted to remind that codger you can't just go around taking things from other people. Now that you've delivered the message, I'm satisfied. Besides, that pickaxe hasn't done me any good in years. Maybe you can put it to good use.
I will.
Bring your weapons and
Yeah.
armor to me. I'll fix it up right.
Sarah was gonna try and buy it from him, but I guess now she doesn't have to. Alright, let's go see if we can find Crucius.
You lost?
Nope.
You're back.
Yes, I am.
Please, tell me what you found.
You're right.
Let me see that. Huh, I knew it. Gratian's death wasn't because of a rockfall. It was just a story to keep people... Now that I have his journal in hand, I can get some closure from the East Empire Company. Make them pay for lying to everyone.
Good luck with that.
Thank you. Now, I believe I owe you a little more than a debt of gratitude for all that work you did. Here, it's not much, but it's the best an old retired miner can do.
Wasn't expecting that.
Mark my words, Raven Rock isn't finished yet.
Allow me to apologize for Crucius's behavior. Don't be put off by my husband's mood. He enjoys having visitors.
There
Be
was
careful
a
out
time
there.
when this town...
Alright. And with that taken care of, Sarah now knows a little bit more about what's going on. Well, kind of. Did find another Dragon Priest mask. She also has the Blood Skull blade now. Both things to be considered useful.
Mogul, I got those special poisons you asked for.
Why don't you say that to me, so the entire town can hear, you idiot? Just give them to me and put it on my account.
About your account, it's been a few months.
I said put it on my account, and that's the end of it. Understand?
Your actions here have been a blessing to us all, Sergio.
Really? Huh.
Got the best merchandise on the island. Have a look for yourself.
Let's see. Lots of food.
Next time you're hungry, stop by. I always have
But
for sale.
going to be calling this one early. Mostly just so that we don't end up getting into something partially through. Sarah has found out about, has gotten the Blood Skull blade. One of the things I was thinking about grabbing on the while I was here. Didn't expect to do it as early as we did, but we did. And she has already gotten her first black book. Hopefully she'll be gaining some more. And she has learned a little bit about Mirak. You know, she knows that he has something to do with what's going on with these stones, and that he is somewhere on the island. Or at least, that's what the people seem to think. But she'll have to figure out everything about this next time. But I've been the Seven Swords. You've all been amazing. If you liked the video, please hit that like button. It helps the algorithm know that my videos are popular, and it lets me know that the videos are still doing well. If you like my videos and want to see more, please hit that subscribe button. It'll let you know when I get more videos out. And if you have anything that you would like to bring up, either information you want me to know about or comments you want to make on the video, leave that in the comment section down below. I'll get to it when I can. Talk to y'all later. Bye.